Zombie cops, the lovable little fat guys that have a passion for spitting all over everything and blowing up when they get upset. What's up everybody, my name is Cap and welcome back to the channel, another 7 Days to Die video. Recently someone asked me if I knew how far zombie cops could spit when they're trying to spit their acid at you. And after doing some research, I couldn't actually find a specific value. So I decided to set up a little test myself to see if I could kind of figure out a really good estimate as to how far they can spit. This test proved to be a whole lot more challenging than most of the other ones I've ever done, and mostly because, well, zombie AI aren't exactly cooperative. Getting him to stay in one spot, getting him to spit when I wanted him to, none of that was really working out. So what I started off doing was I built this little bunker here, and I thought, hey, if I spawn one in here, he can't get out, at least he'll stay in the same spot. And then from there, I just stacked up a stack of wooden blocks every 5 blocks all the way down to about 40 or 45 so that I could kind of get an estimate when he spit where it was going and kind of be able to count really from there. And I wanted to get 2 measurements. One, if you're standing flat on the ground so that he's spitting basically horizontal to the ground, how far it'll actually go, because it doesn't seem to travel with any form of realistic physics. It has a lot of velocity behind it, so it travels a whole lot further than you think it would. And then I did test with me flying about 4 blocks above his head, 3 to 4 blocks up. That way if he projectiled right at me, it would travel somewhere within the 30 to 45 degree angle, giving it the maximum possible distance from him standing on the ground. Of course, if he's up at a higher elevation, it'll go further, but I just wanted to get a baseline for him standing on the ground. Well, the bunker idea ended up being a bust because no matter how many times I tried, I could not get him to spit at me inside the bunker. All he did was just beat on the walls, and even if I tried to repair them as fast as he was beating on them to see if I could get him to spit and stay in the same spot, he just wouldn't do it. So eventually I just had to let him out and then kind of estimate from where he was standing right in front of the bunker to see how far he would actually spit from there. And also, I couldn't seem to get him to spit at me if I was any further away than about 15 to 20 blocks away. He would have to be a little bit closer to me before he'd spit, else he would just walk straight towards me. So I couldn't get like at the maximum distance away and just see where it landed. I had to kind of stand in the path of projectile and then quickly look to the side when he shot at me and see where it landed. And I tested it out with about 6 or 7 different cops, and I had them do it about the exact same way. I'd spawn them in, let them walk out towards me, get them to spit at me from where they were, and measure from there, and then count the blocks over. And the results were as follows. If he's standing flat on the ground, looking at me flat on the ground, and he spits directly at me, the vomit would travel right at almost exactly 20 blocks every time. Give or take, just kind of slightly depending, but it would go almost exactly 20 blocks every time. Now, in the times in which I was about 4 blocks off the ground and he was shooting at a much higher angle, he managed to get some all the way up to about 40 to 41 blocks. So he had about double the distance for the same velocity. So it can go a long ways. And you know how much damage these can actually do to the individual blocks. One blast from this won't specifically kill you, but it will weaken you a whole lot, and subsequent blasts will go ahead and take you out. So that wraps up the testing, and hopefully this was at least useful and beneficial to some of you guys and kind of give you an idea for how to set up barriers outside your base and know about what you're going to deal with when the cops show up. If you have any questions, drop it in the comment section down below and I'll answer it as quick as I can. If you found the video useful, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button down below it, because I truly do appreciate that. And don't forget to subscribe for future videos. Thank you guys so much for your time. You have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later.